Hashtag slightly dramatized. What's up? In this video, we're learning part 2 to Rattle by Elevation Worship, probably my new favorite Christian song as of this moment. It's awesome, guys. We're going to be learning the bridge in this video, also the second vamp type thing that's in there, and the instrumentals that are in between. We're going to be going over all that, so be sure to stay tuned, but let's jump into the video. What's up, Evan DiDio here, bringing you more praise and worship team tips and tools for teens, but it doesn't matter if you're a teen or not. You can be any age, really, but I'm focusing on it for teens because I am a teen. But yes, we're learning the bridges, the vamps, whatever you want to call them, to Rattle by Elevation Worship. Now remember, in the description below, there is a free downloadable chord chart to the song, so that way you can follow along with me. It's one that I created that doesn't necessarily have the second part of the song, where they redid the vamp and they kind of mixed it up to whatever they wanted it to sound like at the time. I'm doing the main part of the song. That's all that's in the chord chart. That's what I'll be teaching, but all of it still applies to that section of the song where they go off a little bit, go off script a little bit. So this video still applies to that, so make sure you continue watching. Now this took me a little while to get, especially the first bridge. My God is able to save and deliver and heal and restore anything that he wants to. These are some long sentences, guys. But at first, I thought that was the regular... I thought it was a regular progression, the E, A flat, G minor, E flat, again, I thought it was just like that, just like the rest of the song, but I realized it's different, and that's what we're going to be going over in this video. You might not have realized that. It's in the chord chart, so again, download the chord chart to follow along with. Remember, if you haven't, I just dropped my pick, I'll be right back, I'm back. Alright, remember, if you haven't seen the first part in this series, I'll link the video up right there where I talk about the chorus and the verses to this song. It's important to watch that first, I think, to get a good understanding of what the chords are going to be, to get some good practice on that, especially if you're a beginner. Remember, you can slow this video down. If you're on a phone, tap the 3 dots. If you're on a computer, hit the little settings section and click playback speed, and you can slow down the video so that way you can get it at whatever speed you need it. Now yesterday, whenever I heard this song, I was like, yes, let's do this. Contacted some people. We're getting ready to do it at my church because it's a really cool song. We're preparing it for how it could work for our team the best. So we've changed the keys too. That's the chord chart in the description below is in the original key. It's in E flat. We're going to be doing it in C. So if you want that, I'll leave the chord chart to the chord chart in C in the description below too, in case you want it in C, because it might be a little bit high for some of your vocalists. So we brought it down. I think it was 1.5 steps or 2 steps and a half, something along those lines. Just go to the description. Everything you need is down there. Not toilet paper. We don't have toilet paper down there. Yeah, I think that's the only thing though. But let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. All right, so the bridge, whenever they start playing, it starts off a little bit lower. My God is able to save and deliver and heal and restore anything that he wants to. There are still people playing in the background there. Even they go through half of the bridge. Just ask the man who was thrown on the bones of Elisha if there's anything that he can't do. It's pretty low. But then, just ask the stone that was rolled at the tomb in the garden what happens when God says to move. It's a long sentence. It picks it back up again. But throughout those three sections, there are 4 total, but throughout those 3 sections, they're going E flat, and then E sus, E flat sus, E flat, okay? So we're playing a bar chord here. If you want to know what a sus is, you add your pinky to the B string right there on the 9th fret. My God is able to save. And you kind of have to listen to it to get the feel for it, because it's kind of tricky to get it. That's why it was so hard for me to figure it out, because I was like, they're not doing the walk down there, so what are they doing? They're going, they're hitting it like that. Now, of course, it's not that hard and heavy. They are playing it a little bit lower. But when they get to that third part, the electric guitar starts. But when it goes into I feel him moving it now, then they do the I feel him like that, okay? So they go into it in the last part of the bridge. Whenever they are as high as they're gonna get in the bridge, all right? So throughout the bridge, it's slowly building, slowly picking up. The guitar probably shouldn't even come in till the 3rd little section that I have in the chord chart there. they're going E flat, A flat, G minor, E flat. Then they go into the chorus. Then there's a little bit of an instrumental where they're kind of doing that E flat. There's a little bit of slide in there too, and I debated whether or not I should do that. Maybe in a future video. Let me know if you want to see that video. Let me know in the comment section below. It's kind of tricky actually to get those notes in there and then come all the way up here, but that's kind of what they're doing. So even if I don't release a video, there you go. There's your little tutorial. But what's different about this instrumental in the first part, it's almost the same as in the intro, which if you saw the intro, they've got the, which I don't have the capo on, kind of tricky. They're doing that intro part, but before the guitar even comes in, you notice they're in almost a little bit of a bluesy minory type key. Kind of like, you know, in the intro of this video. They're almost in that. Almost. They're very close. In this instrumental, they play around with that a little bit more. You hear some of the instruments going, dipping just a little bit, a step down. You could even slide up if you wanted to, or do a little bit of that. I don't know. You can figure out whatever you want to do there in the instrumental. Mostly, they're just playing an E flat in the background. They start off with just an E flat, and then they change it up a lot. They go into this walk down thing that I really like. It sounds really cool for the vamp. So this is E flat, D flat, C minor, B, and they do that a few times after the little instrumental. Well, technically it's a part of the instrumental. My shirt keeps sticking to my guitar, I gotta fix that. So in halfway through the instrumental, after they're freely playing that E flat, then they go into that progression, and then they keep that through the vamp, and then they go back into the chorus, and they do the vamp 6 times. So here's what's going on. And you can play around with the rhythm for that if you want to. You can mess with it a little bit more to make it flow more in the dynamics, because that vamp starts off at a lower spot. They bring it up a good bit, and then the third time through, Pastor Ferdy goes up to that. He starts hitting that B flat note pretty high up there. And maybe if you want to do something like that with the vocalist to even add more of a punch behind it, if all the other instruments are going, they're doing that walk down, what you can do whenever the lead singer goes up to that B flat or whatever the 5 is in that, go up an octave. So Evan, what do you mean by that? Go up an octave? 1.21 gigawatt. I feel like I'm nerd. So what happens is the lead vocalist hits that note, and then all the backup vocalists hit it too. And then the lead vocalist hits it again, the backup vocalist hit it again, and then they all sing Dry Bones Hear the Word of the Lord. So what you can do as a guitarist, join in with the backup vocalist on that live. Whenever the lead vocalist is singing that higher note, don't hit anything. And then whenever the backup vocalists come in, kind of go like this. That adds a whole nother dynamic to it. It makes it punch even more whenever all the backup vocalists are singing that, and then you're playing it up higher. It's just like Jubilee. Yes, let's get this. Now, I don't recommend doing it every time in the bridge. Just at that first little section where the vocalists go up, just hit it like that, and then maybe the drums come back in with a different type of fill for the 5th and 6th time while you're back down here playing that chord progression with the rest of the band. That is just a suggestion though, you don't have to do that. In fact, for your praise team, it might even be better if you do stay down here to keep the whole sound as full as it can possibly be. It's also important to note on the choruses, sometimes they repeat the Open the grave, I'm coming out, I'm gonna live again. Open the grave, I'm coming out, I'm gonna live. They do that 3 times sometimes. They'll mix in 2 extra ones after the first one. So I think that's important to note. And then it ends with dry bones rattle. Dry bones rattle. Alright. Alright, but that was it. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that it helped you figure out this song, figure out some more ways you can change it up a little bit to make it sound different for your band. Because I had like 3 different guitarists, I think, and not every band has 3 different guitarists. If you do, that's great. You can do a lot of extra stuff with it, I'm sure. I'm the only electric guitarist. There's also an acoustic guitarist on our team too, and both of us are holding up the guitar fort. We can do this. Guitar fort, what? Anyway, be sure to subscribe for the other videos. Click or tap the screen right here to get some more videos just on this topic, as well as some other topics that I think you'll enjoy. I've done some interviews with some of today's top praise and worship leaders, and I think they can really help you and your team get a much better and fluid service. It also helps you discover the answer to the question, should unbelievers be allowed on the praise and worship team? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. Don't do it. Alright, cool. We're good.